Alright, I am going to show you how to create a quiz in Canvas. The cool thing about quizzes is if you can have the computer grade it, it'll automatically grade it and kick it into the gradebook for you. You can also have the kids do short answers and essays as well. Still that same convenience, and I'll put it in there for you. So I'm actually going to do this in our teacher support page, so you can actually go in and see this quiz at any point that you want. So when you go into my class, if you go ahead and click quizzes. Now, I want to create a brand new quiz, and there are no new quizzes in here yet, or I don't have any quizzes, so I'm going to go ahead and say create quiz. And this quiz is going to be called, so first thing you want to do is you want to give it a name, and I'm going to call this the Marshall Jackson quiz. Now this is like 3 or 4 or 5, 10 years into the future. You may not know who Marshall Jackson is, and that's okay. Too bad for you. And so I created the quiz. Now I can actually put in content here. I can also put in a video. So I've actually written quizzes, and then I did a teaching video, and then I actually embedded the teaching video, and then they had to ask, they had to take questions based on my quiz. Now you can choose some different options here. You have a practice quiz, graded quiz, or ungraded. Most of you will want to do a graded quiz. You can choose your assignment group that you want to put in here. If you have other categories, you can actually, your other categories will show up. I don't have any categories in this class here. Super important thing that you need to do. If you don't learn anything from making quizzes except for this is the most important. You need to click Shuffle Answers. Too many times have I created a quiz and I've forgotten to do this. I know there's a couple other teachers in our building that have forgotten to do that as well. And what happens is the A answer will always be the correct answer. You can put a time limit on it. You can allow multiple attempts. If you choose multiple attempts, you can keep the highest score, the latest score, or an average of them, and you can actually say, well, I only want the kids to be able to retake it twice. And so in this case, I just want to allow multiple attempts, and we're going to keep the highest. Next thing, you can let your students see the quiz responses, and incorrect will be marked in student feedback. You can let the kids see the correct answers if you want to. I a lot of times uncheck this, especially if the kids are going to retake it again. It'll tell the kids, it'll actually tell them which ones they got correct, actually which ones they got wrong, but it won't tell them the correct answers. So if you want the kids to retake it, you'll want to uncheck the let the kids see the correct answer. You can choose to show one question at a time. You can require an access code, so you can say, you know, to be able to take this test, you need to type in MJ. And I'm not going to do that though. You can also filter by IP address. This is super cool if you only want the kids to be able to take it at school instead of taking it from a different location. If you want to do this, you'll have to get the IP address from one of your techie people at school. And then finally, you can put in your due dates and all that type of stuff. Once you have all this stuff done, now you can start putting in your questions. Now, when I want to do a new question, I click New Question, and if you notice up here, I have multiple choice. And I can choose multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank. Super cool, fill in the multiple blanks, multiple answers, multiple drop-downs, matching, numerical, formula question, essay, file, upload question, and text. And so if I want to just put some text in there. Some of these you may not use, but we'll go ahead and go with multiple choice. And we can say Marshall Jackson's laugh reminds me of, and then I can put in 3 correct questions. I can go ahead and put Fran Drescher. Let's put in Eddie Murphy, P-H-Y. Who else has a weird laugh? How about Seth Rogen? And finally, let's do Gilbert Godfrey. And of course, I had to look those up really quickly. That's why I paused it. Now, once I'm done with this, I have a question here. I can go ahead and click on Update Question. And now I have a question here. It is worth 1 point, and so if I want to make it worth more points, I can edit it, and I can actually put in the point value here. If you're doing something like matching or answering the fill in the multiple blanks, you'll need to change your point values there. I'm going to go ahead and click Update Question again, and let's go ahead and do one more question here. And we're going to go ahead and match up. Let's do a matching one. That'll be fun. So matching. So now we have a left side and a right side matching. we're going to do a matching here. So we're going to say match, M-A-T-C-H, the U of O coaches with the correct sport. Alright, so here we go. Matching on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and put my coaches over here. So I have Robert Johnson. Of course, I had to look these things up because I really don't care for a U of O. And he coaches cross country. Did I just say that? Next one is going to be Dana Altman. Woo, Altman. And he coaches boys basketball. The next one is going to be Kelly Graves. And he teaches women's basketball. And then finally, I want to put, let's put Willie Taggart, and he coaches football. Now, in a case like this, this is only worth 1 point here. If I want this to be 4 points, which I do, all I have to do is just go up here and put a 4 in there, and I am done. I click Update Questions. Super important thing you need to know, you have to click Save. If you leave without saving, it's not going to save your questions. And I have left before after I've created a test and I had to redo it again. I click Save. And now, this is what I have. I have all my stuff here that I want, and I can double check to make sure. Well, the really cool thing is that you can actually preview this. So I can actually click Preview. And now I have question 1. Marshall Jackson's laugh reminds me of Gilbert Gottfried. Oh, I forgot to talk about answers. And then finally, Robert Johnson. Actually, the correct answer was Fran Drescher, wasn't it? That was the first one that I put in. And so Robert Johnson, so these are my matching, and he was my cross-country coach. Where is my cross-country? There it is. Dana Altman was the boys' basketball. Kelly Graves was women's basketball, and Willie Taggart is football. And once I'm done, I can submit quiz. And what's cool is it will actually show me my current score, and so you can actually test your test to make sure that it works. I'm going to go back real quick. If I want to edit some more, I can click Edit. And one thing that I forgot to show you under Questions is, let's go ahead and edit this question. To edit a question, just go ahead and click on the pencil. Is this first one is the correct answer. Now, I could change the correct answer if I wanted to put it here, or if I want to put it here or here. But again, since we have shuffle questions, usually you want to put your first question that you want right there. And that is essentially it. Once you're ready to use this, all you have to do is publish it, and the kids go to it by clicking quizzes, and then they'll actually see that quiz. And again, if it's one of the rudimentary type questions where a computer can answer it for you, it'll grade it for you automatically and throw it into your grade book. Super sweet.